Good morning, collective. How we doing? Welcome back. Gigi here. Thank you so much for joining me for today's reading. Guys, I'll tell you what. I was going to do a reading. I sat down and sat here for a good hour and a half trying to do one, but it was a hard time. Gigi had a tolerance break of the cannabis, and I gave myself a month off, and my month off was over this past weekend, so I was smoking, and then I realized weed was messing with my third eye. So I only do readings now when I'm not using cannabis. And yeah, because it was messing with me. And I couldn't get the damn message out to save my life. So we're here now, and we're going to see what Spirit has for y'all today. I hope you're doing well, and just know I love you and appreciate and respect each and every one of you, and I'm so grateful that you are here, and I love you guys very much from the bottom of my heart. So we're going to jump right in and see what Spirit has. Holy Spirit, please come down with your angels, my ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides that have ascended to your highest white light to protect and guide me through this energy reading. Holy Spirit, please cast all of the evil and darkness that may be lingering away and send it back to where it comes from, please, tenfold. All right. So I don't have anything out yet. I just wanted to come out here and see where Spirit, we're going to, tarot. All right, let's just start with the tarot and just see what the energy is for us this morning. All right. So, what is the opening message, Spirit? I see what looks to be, I think it's the Four of Coins. Somebody needs to hold tight to their money. I see travel expenses, moving expenses, big idea expenses. Just maybe somebody like me has a tattoo habit and they need more money for that. Like somebody needs to start holding on to their money better and just letting it sit there and not letting all of... So a magpie is a bird that is attracted to very sparkly things, and from what and I feel like you have eyes that just are drawn to sparkly, pretty things. You're like, ooh, I need that. Ooh, it's on sale. Ooh. Somebody's got a shopping habit. We need to cut back because we have these big plans, I feel like, and we need to stash our cash. You may have a somewhat decent budget or balancing act of your finances. You need a bigger plan, okay? Holding on tight to your money, because if you want to have a good retirement, you want to have a comfortable life, you got to stop with the big eyes with the big glittery sparkly sparkles, okay? Because money is tight for even people who have $1 million in the bank. $1 million, to be honest with you, is a lot of money, yes, but it's not going to last you very long in this day and age with inflation, okay? So even if you have $1 million, you want to invest that properly and, still be very frugal with your money. In order to stay rich, you have to think like a rich person, and having multiple sources of income is a big idea, is part of it, but also knowing what to do with that money once you have it. Okay, it's important for you to think about the big picture and not just instant gratification, and I feel like that is a big part of what we're talking about today. Okay, we need to focus on the future and with working on our maturity and growing up. It says leaving home here, so I really feel like somebody is considering moving. Okay. The thing is, here's what I want to talk about. It says letting go of the past, and I feel like this is something that, people my age, I'm about to be 38 years old in a few days. I know I wasn't, and my partner wasn't. We were raised I was born in the 80s, so was he. And we were raised in the late, in the 80s and 90s, and our parents did not teach us proper finances. My mother was very specific about stash it all and don't touch it. Not like have a budget for yourself, pay yourself first, and then do all of this. No, it's just don't touch it. Leave it there and don't touch it. And you get what you need and that's it. Well, that causes more issues than it's worth when my partner, his parents just didn't care. Didn't teach him anything about finances and expected him to just blow it anyway instead of teaching him. So there are more people like us out there than there are, at least that I know, than people that have, good financial sense. And it usually comes later in life when you're getting closer to the point where you're like, oh crap, I'm halfway to retirement and I need to get myself together. Let's see what we need to do. And we're, crunching numbers and trying to make sure that we can, invest in all of these things. Now, if you have any grand plans, collective, of, maybe buying a big house or settling yourself somewhere permanently or whatever the case may be, or you're really close to retirement and you want to just triple your money, it's time for you to focus on something new, maybe getting involved with a financial advisor, getting yourself together, or just learning how to budget better. I've done videos on another channel that I haven't done anything else with it. I've only posted a few. It's about sinking funds and cash stuffing. It helped me with my finances. That's how I got my mess in a pile. I mean, I should be doing better at it, but I've done significantly well over the last year since I've changed my personal financial habits. And it's important because right now we need to start holding on to our money. Inflation's just going to get worse. It's already bad. It's just going to get worse. Okay. So we need to make sure that we're holding on to it tight. We need to worry about, focus on structure with our money, our routine with our money, making sure we'll say every Friday after a Friday morning, first things first, with your cup of coffee, you sit down with the budget, make sure everything's squared away. So that way you don't have to worry about it on the weekends and you guys have your weekend money, you have your week money, and everything's good. Okay. Being rational about this, making sure you have power over your finances and making sure that you are very intelligent about how you're spending. Okay. Don't let your head go, allow your head to kind of overpower what your heart's telling you to do. Oh, it's so pretty, it'll make me happy. Yeah, for about 5 seconds, and then you realize, crap, shouldn't have spent that money, can't return it now. What am I gonna do? Yeah, it's time for us to start holding on to it. It's getting self-balanced out, okay? This is some Libra energy here, okay? Be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. If I spend this money, what is that going to do to my future plans? Am I going to be able to buy the 10 to 15 acre ranch that I want with all the horses and all the chickens and the ducks and all the things that I want? Is this going to hinder me doing that? Even if it's only $50 to $100, that's $50 to $100. That's one bag of feed for a horse for about 2 weeks. A week to 2 weeks, depending on the size of the horse. Okay? Especially if they have grass and hay. Anyway, I'm just talking about my personal example here for you, collective, okay? It's important, do you have a Starbucks budget? Okay, are you going over your Starbucks budget? Do you have a shoe habit? Do you have a shoe budget? Because there's ways to do this to be able to have everything you want. It's important, okay? You want to be able to be financially independent on your own. And if you want that, you have to be extraordinarily smart about what you're doing with the money that is coming into your life. Spirit wants to bring you an enormous abundance. The only thing is he wants to make sure that you are prepared to be able to handle it without squandering it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes when we get tons of money, we blow it. I know somebody that had gotten to this person got into a really bad accident, got hit by a car on a motorcycle, damn near killed him, okay? He was awarded $300,000. After all was said and done, legal fees, all of that, he came out with $150,000 cash. It lasted him a year. Didn't pay anything, bought things, didn't pay him off completely, put himself in some financial hardship because of it. And even to this day, I hear this person saying, I wish I would have done this. If wishes were fits, we'd all be drunk, okay? So it comes down to being extraordinarily wise with what you have, so that way it'll grow. I've been working myself personally with a financial advisor, and I'll tell you this, it was the greatest decision I've ever made for my financial health, ever. And we're still in the beginning stages of it. So I will highly recommend, if you have any big ideas, okay, and you want to be able to be the star of your own life, and you've got big dreams and all of these things, it takes healing your mind, your relationship with money, basically. It's time to heal the relationship you have with money. Because in order for you to get up and go do what you want and be free, in order for you to do that, you have to heal that relationship. Okay. You also have to heal your relationship with the fast food, I'm being told. Quick and easy, convenient things. Because I'll tell you what, even McDonald's, you can't walk out there without spending at least $20 to $25 these days. I remember when I could go get a 25-cent hamburger, a dollar fry, and a 50-cent drink and be happy. Fortunately, now I don't eat that crap. I am a vegetarian. It doesn't matter either way. But I'm just saying, for whoever's out there, stop with the fast food. That's killing your budget. You probably spend it anywhere from $300 to $400 to even $500-$600 a month just on fast food. Do you realize how much money that is? Do you know how many months you can go with groceries just for yourself? That's like 3 months of groceries for one person. Yeah. Even now. Okay? So if you want to be the star and you want to have all the things and you want to be able to, take a month off and go to Europe and want it to be a drop in the bucket, well, you got to be smart about what you got now and invest it properly so it works for you. Okay? I really feel like somebody's like, I got all these dreams. I really want to do it, but I don't have any money. Well, when was the last time you sat down and looked at what your output was? Okay? It's a constant battle within yourself because you may have depression and anxiety, and being, shopping and spending may be a form of therapy for you. It's not. There are more people in financial debt because of that, especially since COVID. It's just getting worse, especially with everything getting more expensive and people not making more money. So it's time for you to stop fighting yourself and stop battling your own self of trying to do what you need to do and get yourself into balance. Okay? Imagine, a choice based on a sincere feeling, imagination, dreams. Okay? You've got big dreams. We've already established this. Okay? I understand what it feels like when you're looking at the most gorgeous handbag or the most beautiful shoes or your favorite meal or your favorite soda or favorite coffee or whatever it is that tickles your fancy that you spend the most money on. Okay? If that is more important than your big dreams, do it. If it's not, don't do it. Because you're going to literally have an internal battle and fight yourself and beat yourself up for it, especially if you can't return it. Okay? It's your finances are lacking balance, and we need to get you into that, a mindset of getting everything into balance financially. Okay? You need to take action. You need to follow your heart. Okay? If you're trying to impress somebody with spending money, if you're trying to, live above your means to impress somebody, I really feel like that's the case here. You want to travel, it's like big ideas, big dreams, but lacking the courage and the confidence to do it. So you would rather drop money and look like big man or big girl on campus, and in reality, you're just blowing all of your savings just to impress somebody instead of getting up and actually doing the one thing that would mean more to them, like getting up and going and visiting them, saving all that money that you could have spent to get there on frivolous nonsense. 13:33 on the timer. Okay? And then you get all upset and get to drinking and throw everything into imbalance. Okay? And cause fights and problems. What else, Spirit, please? It's like almost like now you feel like giving up because you don't feel like you're worthy, but the thing is I truly believe that you are. And a lot of the times when you're trying to impress people and it doesn't seem like it's enough, it's because it's not. Because most of the time, the people that you're trying to impress like that want something so much more than just a shallow, instant gratification kind of thing. $500 cash to go play with is great and dandy. But if that's all there is and there's no like actual heartfelt, connection, it doesn't mean anything. It's just thanks for the gift. And then that's really it. Like there's no love, there's no respect, there's no nothing. It's time to take the bull by the horns. If you feel vulnerable and you feel inadequate and you feel less than, well, I mean, I feel like it's almost like it's self-sabotage. You're doing this to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, If you want, it all comes down to, if you want independence, financial independence, to have all those pentacles, to be able to just dress beautifully and look good, smell good, looking like money, smelling like money, you got to have money to do it. And just throwing it away just to try to stand toe to toe with the people on social media and all these big boss people you hear about in the rap songs, about this, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this. Yeah, that is just, honestly, there are people who truly live that life and get it how you live, but the majority of people, people like me, people that are, in tune with themselves and the Most High, and that are independent on their own, you can't buy us like that. We're, the ones that are not shallow, yeah, we're not like that. It takes work to be in a relationship with people who have it together. No amount of money is going to take that away from us. Oops. Love is truly, as the sign that I have that says love, yeah, it comes tumbling down. It takes love. It takes true love to be able to, actually lock and load a relationship like that. It takes you focusing on yourself, getting yourself together, making your bag boo, getting your bag boo, and doing what you need to do in order to be able to have what you want. You can't come toe to toe with an empress and be in a page kind of mindset. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to be big man on campus and you want to step into your throne and be the emperor that you may or may not be, or empress, however it is for you, flip it, switch it, reverse it, do what you got to do to place yourself in the reading where you belong, please and thank you. Okay. If you want to step toe to toe with somebody that got it together, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and above all, spiritually, you got to come correct. And it takes you getting your finances in order. I heard a saying a long time ago, collective, that if you can actually control what you put into your body, you can have control over everything else in your life. And the same thing goes here with your money. If you can control your money and you can make every single dollar, every single cent work for you and actually work and grow for you, you're going to be independent and healthy and wealthy and all the things. You're going to be able to do everything you want and then some. It just takes you settling down for a little while. I would say take this next year to just focus on your finances. Get a couple little side hustles. Gigi's doing it. This is not the only creative thing that I do. Okay, I have other little businesses that I do in order to be able to make money to help me through school. My partner makes it makes money, it makes good money, I make good money, and we work together to be able to have what we have. Sometimes it takes two, especially living in a place like California where everything's so damn expensive. Gas is about $5 a gallon again, oh my God. Anyway, but you understand what I'm saying? It's just going to get worse. And if you ever want to be in a millionaire mindset, it takes minimum of 4 to 7 little forms of income coming in, investments, jobs, hustles, creative endeavors, whatever it is that you're doing. It takes like 6 or 7 of them, truly, to be consistent money flow every month, 18 on the timer. Okay, to be able to make that kind of money and have it stay that way. Getting high yield accounts, it takes a lot of planning. And this is why they say the rich get rich, is because they teach their children from a young age. Now, people like me in their late 30s, getting closer to that, mid-age kind of thing, whatever, we're not even going to go there. If we don't know it by now, we're going to have to learn it and teach it ourselves. And it takes a lot of discipline and breaking, patterns. And learning how to be structured and diligent and dedicated and determined and have, faith in yourself that you can do it, and just it's time to persevere when it comes to finances. Because if you go into a relationship with anybody, and this may very well be why, if you're not in the relationship you want to be in, this could be why, is because you need to learn independence, both, personally and financially. It says here for the 9 of Pentacles, I'll read it to you. Independence, success, financial stability and security, profit, prosperity, wealth, property, abundance, rewards throughout hard work, collecting on investments, thriving business, status, freedom, wisdom, maturity, and indulgence. Okay? In order to have indulgence, you got to be all the other things first, especially mature and wise about what you're doing with your finances. If you want to get into a healthy relationship with somebody, like say for instance you're meant to be the empress and you're looking at your emperor, your twin, your soulmate, your whoever, and they got money, they got, they got it together, they got a nice house, nice car, nice all the things, and they got money. They're not going to just let somebody that may not have it together, that sits on the couch all day playing video games or eating fast food or sitting there listening to music and eating bonbons and not doing anything with themselves. Not no money in the bank, ain't got $2 to rub together to make, to get you gas or whatever. They're not going to even give you the time of day because they don't want that stress on them. They don't, 2020 on the timer. They don't want that kind of burden. They don't. Even if they love you, they're going to motivate you. They'll probably befriend you, but they're not going to sit there and help you with, financially. They're not going to come rescue you because more likely than not, nobody rescued them. They had to do it for themselves. And it takes a lot of discipline and drive. And to get into a relationship with somebody like that, you have to be on the same level. I talked about this last reading, and I'm going to talk about it again, okay? And I'm going to use the technical terms. Give me just a second. Here it is. There's two different types of relationships, exogamous and endogamous. Exogamous is a union of spouses from different social categories. Now, before I get into anything further there, let's talk about this again. When you get into a relationship with somebody from a different social category, whether it's financially or like scholarly or whatever the case may be, even status in like the, corporate status or whatever. Say, for instance, you got a big wig executive here. $1 million a year income after taxes and all of that, and then you have somebody that literally just got out of like their first degree, they got an associate's, they're making $70,000 a year. Yes, $70,000 a year is decent money starting out, but going up against somebody that's in $1 million tax bracket, that's a huge difference. Okay, or if they're from a different social category, different social class, and they're talking to people with PhDs, Psych Ds, all of those clinical doctorates, all of these big letters after their names from all of the degrees that they have, and you're standing there and you're like, all I want to do is talk about comic books, and these top people are talking about quantum physics and politics and finance and all of these things, and you're like, brain is going in a 10 different, it's going to be very difficult. And yes, love is there. Love will only get you so far before somebody feels like the other's just weighing them down or making them feel bad about themselves. It doesn't always happen, especially if you guys balance each other out. Now, it's still going to be difficult. Now, if you're getting involved with somebody from an that's endogamous from you, which is a person that's within your own social and financial class, it'll be much easier for you guys to grow together if that's how it's supposed to go for you, if you guys have the motivation to do it together. But most of the time, especially in this day and age, people will not go for somebody that's below them. And if they do, there's got to be a whole lot of love there. So, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I really want to admit, I try to lie to myself and say that money really does not matter. It really does, though. It really does. It sucks. It really sucks really bad because I want it to just be that we can all make love, not war. That the world can just turn off I just want to turn off the internet, turn off the financial, all of the financials, everything that involves monetary gain, turn it off along with the internet and just let us all learn to love each other, work together, work together and come to, I have this utopia in my mind where I wish that it could be like that. However, in the world we live in, it ain't happening. It ain't happening today, and it sure isn't going to happen before I die. So we all got to learn to live with it as it is and make the best of it. And if there's somebody on your mind right now that you truly want to have a relationship with and you feel like you are not equal to them, well, first of all, you are. You just need to find it within yourself to believe it for yourself and go for what you want. Okay? Because until you do that, it ain't going to work. Okay? It's time for, if you want to travel, you want to move abroad, you want to go see foreign land, sightseeing and all of that, you need to start forward planning, moving forward and having the confidence to do it so you can have financial freedom. Okay, if you feel like you're lacking ideas, well, it's time for you to change the surroundings that you're in. Instead of sitting in the house in front of the TV all the time, get up and go outside. You know, I actually, in my house, we no longer use the television. Maybe once a week if we watch a movie as a family. There's no video games, there's no tech. I mean, we're on our phones sometimes for like music, or if I'm cooking and I need a recipe, like fine. Sometimes I'll put on a TV show while I'm cooking, but other than that, there's really no tech in this house. And I do that for a specific reason, because it literally takes you away from everything that you want to do during the day. I notice that if I allow myself to sit here, I will watch an entire season of Big Bang Theory without even questioning myself. 25 on the timer. And it's not okay. Because not only do I have school, I've got 2 projects I'm working on. 2. Not only this, but 2 others. Big ones. So don't forget school and my family. So I've got a lot of things. And when you have big plans like Gigi does, you have to be very specific about how you spend your time and how you spend your money. I got a budget for everything. Everything. It's not as tight as I need it to be, but it is. It's there. And I know when I say I cannot spend any more money, that's for real, because I'm not going over my budget. Because I've got big plans. And I'm just using myself as an example because it's the only real true example I can give you from I can only teach from testimony, and some stuff I learned in the books. But, in real life, we need people to just talk about testimony and how we get through things, because sometimes it's just easier to listen than have to go search for it ourselves. Sometimes. Okay? And sometimes you don't want to admit that you have a problem. And sometimes just hearing a few different things from, like a few different scenarios from somebody else's life might give you the motivation to do what you need to do. Okay? So you're going to have success. Right now, you feel like you're in discontentment because you're not where you want to be. Well, it's time if you want success and victory, you have to get out of this mindset and make a decision and stick to that decision and stay dedicated and diligent and not complacent. Okay? Take charge of your life. Be that King of Wands energy. That's Aries energy right there. We got the 6 of Pentacles. If you are generous with your money and you're constantly giving, give, but have a budget for it. Donations and charity are good. The thing is if you're used to giving, we'll say 10%, you may have to cut it back to like 1 to 5%. Still give, still show kindness, and use your wealth accordingly, but be reasonable with it before you lock yourself into something that you may not really be able to get away from. They may become too dependent. You may feel overwhelmed about not being able to give. It may cause some serious upheaval with your finances. What is this? Hang on, we got... All right. Spirit is saying to me that there may be somebody out there, either in the collective energy or coming towards the collective energy. Somebody may have been giving substantial amounts of cash, gifts, dates, all kinds of things. We're back to this again. Okay. So whoever it is that likes to spend money to try to impress somebody, someone feels like their heart has been broken. Something happened during the separation and they were upheaved. They got caught frivolously spending. They got in trouble for searching for a new beginning with someone else before ending something else. And it may be putting them into a financial hardship. They were believing that they could have, they were seeing like they can have it all with this person. Fulfillment, Emotional. Okay, so we have the King of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. They thought by investing in this person, they were going to have a solid investment, somebody that was going to help multiply their money. They felt like they were basically investing in a new, maybe business transaction, thinking that their dreams were going to come true. The thing is like, I see this King of Cups and it's in their heart. And I look down and the first thing I see is a good friend, a mature, emotionally stable person. They may have came across that way, but they're really not. Still very childish. It's more like this Page of Pentacles. They may have been thinking just with their privates. They were very enthusiastic about it until something happened that broke this. It's like the spell was broken. A spell may have been put over the collective or whoever it was that was the receiver of this. There was a spell put over them to hold them down, to keep them entrapped by this person. Something happened. Somebody had a light bulb moment and realized that this person was full of SHIT. I'm not going to say it, but they were full of it. Something clicked in this person's head that whoever it was that was being a big spender, a big giver, was full of it. Hang on just a second, folks. Okay, sorry about that. So, what was I saying? Oh, yes. This person was a big spender. And with that curse being lifted, I feel like maybe you collective or whoever this energy is really got to understand that this person was full of crap. All right? It was... The emotional thing was a cover-up for what was really going on. This person had full anxiety in them. Like, they had a whole other relationship. They may have been miserable in that relationship, knowing that they truly wanted you. Like, you are their unicorn. Very rare connection. A very rare connection for this person. Like, truly rare connection where there was something charming about the way you two connected. The way you two interacted. Like, it was actually wholesome. But in this person's mind, they felt like they weren't good enough to be there with you face value. Like, you would have seen right through them if they were right in front of your face. And even if they were right in front of your face, like, you may have called them out on their crap, which may have very well, caused the separation, is because you called them out. They refused to admit the truth. And somehow the curse was lifted. Somehow the curse was lifted. And now this person doesn't know what to do. They may be in financial ruin. They may be in really bad financial ruin. Their whole life is in disorder. What could have been true wish fulfillment for them if they were just actually in their King of Cups energy, instead of being, deceitful and lying, they should have been optimistic. They should have allowed the inspiration that they felt from, you or whoever to allow, to lead them in the right direction. But I feel like this person thinks with their privates more than they use their brain. Their heart, their mind, and their loins they're not in balance. And in order for this person, whoever this person is, to have wish fulfillment, they got to get it in order, and it starts with their finances. Because if the person they're going to, or they want, or they're thinking about, is got their mess in a pile, they're going to know. There's that tricks and lies. I knew I felt this. Yeah, whoever it is not going to tolerate any of that, especially when it comes with somebody coming with their hand out like, I did all this for you. Can you help me? Yeah, the answer is going to be, we love you and we appreciate you. We can help you get your finances in order, but we're not going to give you no money. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Big plans, big dreams, and it does not involve giving it all away to somebody that's, that doesn't know what they're doing. You had it all, and then your karmics came and took it all away from you because you didn't know what to do with yourself. You want to give to everybody, and you're not saving nothing for yourself. I don't know what to tell you when it comes to that. All right, like, you got to get your mess in a pile. You're not going to come into nobody, no divine being, nobody in this collective that's worked their tail off, to come in trying to be sneaky and make a break for it. Take what you can get and run. Yeah, I don't think so, because we're going to call you out. We're gonna use our intuitions, and we're going to know, and we're going to use our discernment, and we ain't going to play no games. Okay, what else, Spirit? Coming in and telling us that you want a happy family, but in reality, you're just going to bring pain and sadness and upheave everything because it's just unrequited. At this point, they're just thinking about themselves and not wanting to lose the lap of luxury in which they've created for themselves and then lost it all because they got caught. Nobody's fault. Yeah, because they messed with the Empress. They were messing with an Empress and couldn't hang. So they ended up having to face a tower, and they're going to have to face their karma, and they're going to get what they get. And they're going to be hella stressed. It comes out sideways, Spirit. You funny, Spirit. Yes, it's time to find your confidence and your strength and be brave and stand on your own two damn feet instead of being quick and hasty about this. If you refuse to compromise and give in and you're stubborn, you're not going to be able to move forward. You're going to live in a whole lot of illusions, and you're going to have a whole lot of options, and you're going to have a whole lot of fantasies and a whole lot of wishful thinking. That's going to lead you right to the unemployment office. Okay? All them options, all them little sugar babies, or all them whatevers. Okay, all them choices, all them possibilities are just, all the fantasy la la land nonsense is just going to land you right at the unemployment office. And all of that insecurity that you may have about yourself is going to multiply. Okay, and all the while this is happening, the person that was stabbed in the back is going to be released from the bonds, devil in the reverse. All that backstabbing that happened, all of those curses, not only are they going to be lifted, but they're going to be the chains are going to be removed, all the bonds are going to be removed, and then they're going to have their happiness. They're going to have all of the shining sunlight shine down upon them as if God himself is touching this person's heart and life with his own hands. Blessing them abundantly in all things while this other person faces towers and feeling trapped in their own life and dealing with unexpected financial changes. Okay, that's the karma that's going to be to this person. Okay, while whoever is the one that got stabbed in the back that's facing a beautiful, happy, abundant life is going to be released from the pain and the anguish of this and overcoming depression and being able to be optimistic and learning to forgive. While this other person deals with seductresses, and people that seduce them, and liars, and all of that. The phrase, you had it all and then your karmic came and took it away from you, really is ringing in my ears. Causing imbalances, causing anxiety, causing stalemates, lack of success, having malicious liars and biases, all about them, loss, misery, all of it, while somebody else is just abundantly happy. Having things come to fruition, having reasons to celebrate. Okay? Following the path that their ancestors are laying down and going towards calmer waters and healing and moving on and moving forward. Okay. Okay. With whoever's moving forward and facing celebration and a happy life and not becoming a puppet to this not being a puppet to this person anymore, like this person really, really, really had, I feel like it's you, collective, under their spell. It happened, but boundaries were set. Personal boundaries were set. Structure was built. A very strong, impenetrable structure was placed around you, very much like a protection bubble. And now it's like, think about Harry Potter. I think it was one of the last movies where they had a protection field around them and nobody could see in, but they could see out. That's kind of how this is. Collective, I feel like you're in that protective bubble, healing and learning how to, enjoy your life and celebrate the wins that you have, and just learning how to be the best version of yourself, getting out of any hardships and things like that, building friendships and making transitions from whatever was before the curse and now after the curse. You guys ever see Once Upon a Time, the TV show? Oh my God, I love that show. Anyway, it's like the Wicked Queen, Snow White, the evil queen that turns into the hag and tries to poison Snow White with the apple. Yeah, her. The evil queen put a curse on all of the fairy tale characters, brought them into a place where they were in their human form, and they had no idea who they were, but there was a little boy that had a book, and that book told the story of, he was the storyteller, and that book told the story of all of these people's fairy tale lives. And it was just, that's kind of how this is like you had this curse that was put over you, that you were not worthy of being, any much more than what you were when that curse was on you. But once that curse was lifted, oh, hot tamales, you exploded out of your shell. You exploded out of your shell something fierce. Something fierce. Okay? And you are facing an abundance that has not been seen in your family line possibly ever. My phone just goes off. Let's get moving. You're already on the path. Let's get moving. We got things to do. We got things to do, collective. This person's definitely stalking and watching you come up because they want to know how the hell things flipped, switched, and reversed so harshly and possibly very quickly. They may have been trying to curse you from the moment of that separation, like, how's this bitch doing this, and F you and F that, and nah. Well, all those low vibrational energies is the reason why somebody is bound and chained to a tower moment that just won't quit. Sitting here in anxiety. Living in delusions and illusions. Yep. I love the way you loved me. What else, Spirit? Okay. Staying true to who I am is how I got here. That's how, if this person's stalking you, collective, this is what you need to do to stay consistent in who you are and working hard. Because that's how you're going to get to where you're going. Okay? Either you're with your perfect pair now or you're about to be. And that person is going to love exactly the way you love them. And there's going to be very, very beautiful energies between you. Okay, you may very well be a beacon of light in the darkness that may be surrounding this person without you. If this person is without you, their life is not worth anything to them. They may have all the money in the world and all of the material things, but if they don't have you, it's worthless. Okay? You need to finish whatever it is you started. If you started a business, keep going. If you're in school, finish it. If you're at a job and you're working on a big proposal and you know it's either that or either you're going to lose your job or you're going to have a big promotion and you're hesitant because you feel like you're not, get some help and finish the project. Whatever it is that you started, finish it. Okay? It's going to be amazing. Now, your kiss can melt my iceberg, the iceberg that is my heart. That comes down to this person. Either this is your future person, okay? Your future person, your perfect pair, your other half is going to be an action speak louder than words kind of person. They know that when they kiss you, that their insides bubble and softly simmer, and they feel the warmth within themselves instead of an ice block that could be their heart. Okay, there may be a very special tantric connection between you two, and that's part of the big abundance that you are going to have for doing the work. Someone that looks at you and just wants to snuggle you and kiss you and love you and wants to be cutesy and a little sexy too. Okay? Just wants to love on you and be passionate and romantic. Oh, look at the bottom two cards. I'll do anything to be your love or be your sacrifice. They would rather be your love than have to sacrifice their heart to losing you or not having you at all. Okay. Love is not random. It is you are chosen, and this is your perfect pair. This may be a twin or a high level soulmate that was put in your life to help you stand strong in who you are, to stay true in who you are. Okay. This is very important. Don't let the narcissistic, egotistical, liar, deceiver, playing games, somebody that likes to play games, that's sitting here dealing with all this. Where's that 9 of Swords I saw? Here she is. 8 of Swords, excuse me. Somebody living in this kind of energy. That person is literally losing everything because of what they did. Literally losing everything. I don't wish that on anybody. Believe me, I've been without. I was homeless. I lived on somebody's couch for 7 months, and I was drinking myself into a freaking stupor on a regular basis because I couldn't handle the fact that I had screwed up so bad. I couldn't handle the fact that I lost a relationship that relationship I had left, it was a horrible breakup. And from that moment until the moment I got my butt up out that funk, I was very depressed. Okay, I don't wish it on anybody. The thing is staying true to who I am as a spiritual person, and at least keeping God in my heart even through that, and having people around me that were reminding me that God loved me. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have never made it. That and Loki, my dog. Okay. If it wasn't for those two aspects, and I say God and my spirit guide because believe me, that dog is my spirit guide. And fortunate, I am so blessed to be able to still see him in the spirit realm on a regular basis. All I got to do is say his name and there he is. Okay? If it wasn't for God, and if it wasn't for that little dog, I would not be sitting here doing this for y'all today. I wouldn't have my beautiful son. I wouldn't have my life partner. I wouldn't have my family. I wouldn't have my friends. I would be dead and probably burning in the fiery pits of hell, in my own personal hell, for the stuff I did. Because, it's not only about the physical things that you do, it's also the regrets, the resentment, the grudges, the things you hold in your heart that also dictate where you're going after here. Okay? And I definitely had a lot of things that I regretted, and a lot of things that I was not healed from, and a lot of hatred in my heart. Believe me, if I would have died just then, it would not have been good. Fortunately, I was able to come out of that for myself. And that's why one of the reasons why I talk about my own testimony in these readings is because I've been through a lot of this crap. Okay? A lot of it. And I really want to be the light in all of the darkness that surrounds us for you guys. Because you know what? If I had somebody just to listen to me that understood what the hell I was going through and not just wanting to slap me in the face with the Bible, that didn't want to just, turn me into what they wanted me or talk down to me or whatever. I had one person and she was amazing, and I'm fortunate to still know her and be very close with her. So I'm fortunate I had the people in my life that I had at those times, because some people don't, and that's why they come to readers like myself. And that's why I've changed a lot about how I do this and what I say and how I say it, is because I want to be that beacon of light in the darkness that surrounds all of you and myself and anybody else that needs me. It's important to me to give back to give back in abundance what I was given throughout the hardest parts of my life. And as I personally progress in this life, I will give more. I will do more, because I don't want to see even my worst enemy. I would not want to see this happen to them. I don't have any enemies. I hold zero ill will to anybody in my heart. Nobody. I don't care if you did me dirty, broke my heart. I don't care. I love you unconditionally. Okay, because I've been here. I've been here more times than I care to count. Way more times than I care to count. Okay? I want to help you guys come out of any of this and find your perfect person. I want you to heal. I wish I could lay my hands on you and just heal you myself. I wish I was capable of doing that. I have some healing abilities. I'm nothing like some, but I am who I am, and I wish I could lay my hands on your shoulders and take away all your pain, because I know how it feels to have everything you ever worked for taken away from you because of bad choices. Choices to not get away from the toxic, low vibrational energy that can pin you down and hold you down and keep you there until you drown in your feelings. Whether it be through alcohol or drugs, like in my case, or serious emotional depression and anxiety that could, bring somebody to taking their own life, which is, in my opinion, terrible. It's like the most terrible thing. And I've been on that side of the spectrum too. Okay? And I don't wish that for anybody. It's a scary place. It's a scary place to be living in this kind of energy. And I know it from firsthand experience. And for people like me, antidepressants and anti-anxiety medicines and antipsychotics, they make it worse because there's more to it. And in my case, I'm an empath. I'm considered a Sigma empath and a psychic medium. You put the two of those damn things together, it's a big blessing, but it can also feel like a curse. It's not. It's my early warning detection system, like I like to say. For people like me, it doesn't take medication. It takes meditation and prayer and actually allowing spirit to work in your life. And just saying, I want this in my life, spirit, please. And he'll know your heart. And when it's time for you, it'll be time for you to get to work. But you should start working on it yourself so you can actually... It doesn't turn into a dark night of the soul like I feel like it's going to be for whoever this is. You may actually have a peaceful awakening like I did. It was hard. Don't you dare get me wrong when I say it was peaceful, because I've heard some people having to face spirit in the spirit realm and then get their butt kicked back here, and have a whole dark night of the soul. I prevented that from happening. I've heard in the past that spirit wakes people up and there's spiritual awakenings that happen when people are like close to death. I was never close to death when mine happened because I made the conscious decision to want to change. And I spoke to the right people at the right time during the right moon cycles, and spirit knew my heart and knew I was sincere and knew that I wanted to change. And I got blessed with the greatest gift I could have ever been blessed with next to my child in this lifetime. It takes having your heart be your body, mind, and heart all in the right position for spirit to say, okay, I believe you. I believe you that you really truly mean it. Let's get to work. Light bulb happens, the light gets turned on, and it just never goes away at that point. To have that kind of connection with Most High and be led to have your perfect pair that's going to have a tantric connection with you, that's going to be so intense that you can feel it across the globe. No matter where you are in this world, you two will have that connection. Be compassionate to all those around you. It's funny, on the bottom of the deck it says, through the good, the bad, and the ugly. It doesn't matter. Be compassionate to all those around you through it all. No matter what. No matter what. Because the thing is God is going to be extraordinarily compassionate to you, whomever is going through this darkness or facing this darkness. The more compassionate you are through the good, the bad, and the ugly, the more grace you will have by the grace of God. And if anybody has cursed an empress, a divine being that's walking hand in hand with Most High, and you're facing this low darkness, this is some serious darkness. It's because of who you were messing with and what you were trying to do to this person. And your intentions, because it's not just about it's about your actions, it's about your words, it's about your heart, it's about all of it. And I really feel like there was a curse put on somebody, a big time curse. And the thing is, the phrase, you need to forgive so you can be forgiven, is very important here. That's why I don't hold nothing against nobody anymore. It's because I am still a human being and I still screw up. I am nowhere near perfect. Believe me, I will never, ever, ever say I am perfect. I still get upset. I still have a temper. I still have a mouth sometimes. Like, I still got all them things. It's like 5% in comparison to what it used to be. Like, I'm sitting between that 5 and 10% in comparison to like the 75 to 90% that I was always at beforehand, before my awakening. I let it go. It may take me a little bit. I love you. I'm going to forgive you. I'm just not there yet. Like, that's how I get through certain things. Like, you done pissed me off. I will forgive you. I will. I'm just not there yet. Give me a little time. And when I'm ready, I will come out. And even like when I do something that's just ridiculous, and I have to walk away, gather myself before I go and apologize. Like, I'm still human, but I will always apologize when I do wrong. I will always admit to my wrongs. I don't ever blame anybody else for my own crap. Ever. Because it's just, why? Why be childish? If you're blaming other people for your problems, you have healing to do. And whoever this is, if you're blaming the Empress or whoever it is that you did dirty and all this crap is falling down around you and you're blaming the person you hurt for doing it to you, you must be out your ever-living mind. You need to correct yourself. You need to heal, because it's just going to make it worse. It's just going to, you did the cursing, you did the nasty, you tried to imprison somebody in something that you were saying or doing and all of this crap. That's why you're where you're at. You did this to yourself. Karma's a real thing. What goes around comes around. In this case, you got a you know who Captain Boomerang is? Yeah. His boomerang is coming around and slicing your body to pieces with all the crap that you did. What goes around comes around. It's like that bed of nails that you made for yourself. Now it's time to lay in it. That mess ain't going to be comfortable. You ain't going to have a comfortable, leisurely life living the high life while you were treating somebody that was really trying to heal and trying to fix themselves. You tried to put them down. You tried to hurt them. You tried to do something to them when they were sitting there trying to be a good to you. Yeah, this is why you're getting what you're getting, and you have to reap what you sow. I don't wish this upon anybody. However, if you made your bed, you need to lay in it and take responsibility for what you did. To whoever it was that you did it to, because you ain't going to do that to no high priestess. You ain't going to do that to no empress. You ain't going to do that to no earth angel. You ain't going to do that to no starseed. No, you're not. And think you're going to come out with the upper hand? Yeah. No. People like us, we teach from the testimonies that we have. And we may even use situations like this to teach people from it. Okay? Because we want the people to see who these evil people are and have them be shown at face value instead of the false person that they tend to, portray. And in those situations, we get to show the world who we are and our abilities and our crowns. Show them where our throne is and how we sit pretty in them because of what we've done to work ourselves through enormous amounts of trauma, despair, all kinds of things. None of us want any more. People who have gone through it and have changed and done the work, we don't want any more chaos or drama in our lives. This is not a freaking novella. This is the real deal. And we don't want no schmucks, and we don't want no incubuses, and we don't want no succubuses coming in and trying to uproot us, upheave us, and get us entrapped in any devil energy that's revolving around sexual seduction and money. We don't want any of that. We want true love. We want our perfect pair. We want somebody that's going to match us and come in and give 100% on both sides, because it's not a 50-50 thing. Because if one person's giving 50, the other person's getting 50, that's only 100%. Where's the other 100? It's not going to be even. It's not, it's even, but it's not all the way. It should be 100 and 100. You come in correct, you come in all the way. You put 100% in no matter what. But if the other person isn't, and you got to pick up their slack, it ain't worth it. No matter how much there's love. Especially people ain't going to change. So in that case, you're going to end up stuck with karmics that are going to take advantage of you. And nobody wants that. Why are people so afraid of facing what they need to face to heal? I've done it. I'm not just talking out my back end, believe me. It's been over just a hair over 2 years. Okay? And I'm going to talk real talk here to you. My mother and I had a terrible relationship. On again, off again, on again, off again. It's like the worst, like, possible freaking relationship ever. And then my awakening happened, and we've had the best relationship we've ever had. The best relationship we've ever had. There are boundaries that have been placed, personal boundaries that have been that are in place, and we know our limits, and we end the conversation when we need to. We take a break when we need to, and when we're done, we can come back and we talk about it. That's how we have to do it to be able to have healthy relationships. But it was because of God that I was able to get here. And that's what it takes. And you're talking to somebody who turned to drugs and all kinds of nonsense just to fight against change and healing. Because I thought I was right about so many things. I didn't want to admit I was wrong. A lot of the reason I was like that, it was because of trauma. Nobody would listen to me. People would put me down. People bullied me all over the place, even up until recently, up until the last 2 years. Now I don't play. Now I remember who the hell I am. Just like anybody in this collective that may be involved in this somehow, because of somebody like this, look, there's a madman. There's somebody out there that's a madman for your touch. Anytime you look at them and touch them, they lose control. They want to, if they're at a distance from you, they want to close that distance because they know that you're their sweetheart. They realize how talented and gifted you are. They see you get in your own bag. They see you having faith and having all of your wishes come to truth and fruition, okay? Realizing that you're of a sacred bloodline and knowing that you are one with God. Just believe, collective, and I believe that you are. Whoever it is over here that tried to entrap you, that tried to hurt you, that tried to bring you down and curse you, just send them some positive energy. Just send them positive energy and let them learn the lesson they need to learn, because one day they're gonna come back to apologize. They're gonna tell you, you're gonna get the truth one way or another. Okay? At that point, it's going to be too late. I feel like it's already almost too late. Big changes are happening. Okay? And if you are the person I was initially talking about getting your money in order, that is probably the final stage of what you need to do in order to start uprooting everything that you're dealing with right now and move it somewhere new and have a whole new energy field around you. It takes you getting your finances in order. That is, is this truth? On the nose, Spirit is telling me on the nose big time. The All Father is telling me, get your finances in order and just see what happens. Get your finances in order and just watch what happens. I'm going to leave it there for now. I've got some homework I need to do, and then I'll come back and do another one. I'm going to do some TikToks today as well. So if you guys are on TikTok and you haven't come check me out, please do so at Intuitive Readings with Gigi or the Westward Witch Co. I believe you can type in both of them and get to me. You'll see a picture of me on the beach. There is only one. I don't reach out to nobody. I don't email or ask people if they want readings. That's not my place. I'm not even doing personal readings right now, and if I do, it's going to be in person and in person only. So at that point, you know it's not. So don't expect any emails unless you email me first. And, if you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it. So, yes, that's what I got for you guys today. That was not what I was expecting, but it was kind of the energy I was getting yesterday when I was trying to do the readings for y'all. But there was too much going on. My third eye was all kinds of clouded from the good smoke I was smoking. So from now on, I only do readings when I'm sober. So that way I can see Spirit clearly and make sure I'm getting the messages right. Guys, I love you very much. And this is not a normal reading for me. Normally I talk about twins, and I feel like this could be a part of a twin flame journey. But honestly, I really feel this is talking more about growth and what this current full moon we're in. We're still at its full power. It's at like 98% this morning. today. It'll drop down from 100% to like 98 or 97, between 96 and 98% illumination. So it's still going to look full. And the power is still there, and we'll have this powerful energy for about 7 to 8 days, and then things will start to, the hangover will start to subside. The full moon hangover is what we like to call it. Will start to subside, but this energy here is here for you to start focusing on monetary gain. Okay, financial abundance, financial investments, and all sorts of things like that. It's important for you to work on it right now. Any appointments that you have with anybody, that do not miss them. Take full advantage of them. They're going to be very helpful to you in multiple ways. You're building a community right now. And if you want, your actions have to speak louder than the words you say. If you want to be a millionaire, your actions have to prove that. If you want all of the things in this life that you have been asking Spirit for, embrace this challenge. Okay? Don't embrace this challenge, because all of this is going to happen for you at the end of that tunnel. You just have to get it together. Okay? You just have to get it together. The thing is if you feel like this snake in the grass, the one with the tower coming down, is anywhere near you, send them light, send them love, send them all of that. Count your blessings like it said on the bottom here, and just move on. Move on, because this person, by the time you're ready to get up and move somewhere new, this person is going to reach a point where they're going to have no other choice but to come give you the closure and the healing that both of you need to move on with life. And I don't feel like it's going to be together, but it might be at that point. Who knows? I guess we'll keep, Spirit will keep us informed as time goes. But for right now, it's focus on yourself. Focus on those that you have around you. Spend as much time with the people that you love as you can. And just know that Spirit loves you. You're doing the work. You're prospering. You're doing what you need to do. It's time to just buckle in and buckle down and get yourself together. Anything else, Spirit? Am I able to close this reading now? Okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, angels, ancestors, loved ones, and spirit guides for helping me through this reading. I close this reading. Guys, I love you very much. Thank you so very much for being here. We'll try again in a day or so. I've got a lot going on. So tomorrow is back to school for me, and my jobs that I have lined up for myself. So I'm going to try to get some readings in. Maybe I'll come up with a brand new schedule, and I'll post in the community board. If you don't see anything, just expect to see me either tonight or tomorrow. Until then, peace and love. Bye for now.